Welcome back, everyone.
We won't make
We're
you
just
read.
chatting it up. Okay. And guys, so we ask, Ozarks Fox AM ask folks about, do you make resolutions for the new year or not? You know, some people call them goals or good intentions or whatever. And so towards the end, you guys be thinking, because I'm going to ask you about yours, okay?
Okay.
So we had a few answers here. I think people get a little bit, you know, they make them sometimes and then they break them, so they're discouraged, you know? But let's start here with Heidi Hayward. She says, I love this. I choose a word of the year. This year, it is perseverance. Do everything the best I can and do it with perseverance. I got this from a friend a few years ago, and I think this is a great idea.
Kind of setting the intention instead of.
It is the intention instead of just, you know, I'm gonna lose 40 pounds or whatever. I mean, and sometimes that gets daunting and you don't know what comes up in your life. So we've had a rough couple years. Perseverance is a good word. All right.
I do like that too. Okay. Jerry Keltner Rogers said, just to be sure to be kinder and love and hug more. Treat others the way you want to be treated. So you can blessings for 2022. That's
you
nice.
know, that is nice. And I think that's another intention. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just because you never know what people are going through, and a lot of people have had some hard times, and just to be kinder, because what's that saying?
Be kinder.
Because you don't know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like when you're driving, right? I always think about what are they, you know, someone's in a hurry maybe to get to the hospital, or
You never know.
and instead of getting mad, like, why are they speeding?
Although
why
I
are
do
they
get worked up
passing?
first.
Why did they cut me off? Yeah, it's like they're going someplace important.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love this next one. D.L. Weaver says, my goal this year is to be better at record time.
Mine too. Mine too.
Natalie, what did you say?
Mine as well. However, I felt like I did the best record time I've ever had the other day.
You did. I think you got 4 right. I was very proud of you.
It was a shock.
You did very good. That was a good one.
Thank you.
This is a long one, but it's a good story. You want to read that now?
Yeah, John Neal said, I continuously upgrade my goals daily. I was injured in Afghanistan 7.5 years ago and let my issues take a hold of me for the better part of a decade. I decided to go back to who I am and to make myself better when I moved to Branson in May from Texas. I live my life to the fullest now every single day. He's lost 90.
Yay, John.
That's amazing.
91 pounds since August.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. You keep going with what you're doing because that is so impressive, John.
Yeah, that is great. He says basically, never give up, because the only person that can stop you is you.
It's true.
Right?
Stinking thinking.
That's right.
Perseverance. Keep
Exactly.
going.
I
Yeah.
love that one too.
I do too.
All right, what else? Okay, so let's just say this. Deborah Pettit said, nope. And I understand. I understand that, Deborah, because that's what we were talking about. It's just like, you know, it's kind of discouraging. Sometimes at the first of the year, I have all these ideas. It's too much. It's too much pressure. So
One
nope,
day at a
I
time.
understand that.
Right?
Okay, yeah, one day at a time.
Oh, Susie Wallace said, tell my loved ones I love them more often and just be kinder.
I think that's a great thought, and I think people should be kinder to themselves as well. You know, not so much pressure,
Yeah.
not
That's
so
a
many
big one.
demands on yourself.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big one.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, Nat, what would you say for this next coming year?
Man, 2021 was tough. I will say that's been, I think ever since the pandemic, it's just been a long time. We lost my dad in the last year too.
Oh, I
And so
know.
sometimes it was just survival, you know, getting through some hard stages. So I don't know, I haven't given it a lot of thought. I always, of course, you know, eat clean, of course, lose weight, things like that. I always want to read books and I never get to it. So maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year for that.
I hope you find time to read a book. I will have to retire before I can read a book. I'm just saying, there's so many other
Maybe
things
we should
ahead
pick
of reading
one
a book.
and read it together this
Yeah.
year. It might take us
That's a good
6
idea.
months, but we
It
could do
might.
that.
My dad gave me a
book
book
club.
to read the other day. I'm like, Dad, do you
know?
Do you know about my life? There's no time. Maybe if you put it on tape or
Book on audio.
Yes.
There we go, on
I
audio.
can
That's
do
what
that.
I listen to Audible while I'm getting ready and putting on my makeup.
I do podcasts. I love
Yeah.
that. I love, it gives me something to think through, you know.
Yeah.
I love that.
Podcasts are great.
Yeah.
I need to get on board with the podcast. Julie, anything you're thinking of for the new year?
So typical, eat better, lose weight, but one day at a time, just enjoying the present moment. You know, every minute counts, and love your loved ones, hug your mom, hug your dad. You know, definitely what people are saying. I would like to cook more. I would like to cook more for friends because
you're good at it.
Yes.
well, and it brings people together, and I think this year people need community and just that interpersonal one-on-one love,
Yes.
or group, because
And it's such a way to
so
show
much
love.
negativity out there, and we can all come together, have some food, and
We do need each other, and we do need your food.
Hey, what's yours, Kelly? You don't get
Yeah.
out of this.
Oh, I don't get out of this. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to try to do better. I'm a procrastinator. I'm going to try not to do that this year.
Okay.
I'm going to try to be better in that direction. And Julie,
Good job.
you are welcome to come on the show. Our
I'd
producer just
love
said
to.
more
Oh,
cooking from Julie. We
I would love that.
We love your food, and
you.
so we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And when we get done, we're
I'm
going to
gonna
go
over
eat some
there
more
and
of
eat
those
more of that.
meatballs. Thank you so much, Julie.
You're welcome.